Hello, boys and girls. How are you today? How's everything? How are you guys? Good?
Hi, Miss.
Hello, Catherine. Hi, Natalia. Hello, Diego, Jessica, Jorge, and Kiara.
Hello, Miss.
How are you?
Doing?
Good. Yeah? Okay, my dear friends. We're going to start right away because we have a long task today. It is long, but it's okay. So let me show you what's the plan. And we need to take advantage of the time. Okay, here we are. This is our agenda for today. Today is our second class of this cycle 13 on our level B2.4. And this is our plan. It seems very short, doesn't it? Yeah. But basically it's because it's a topic that has a lot of things to analyze. Okay. So that's why it seems short. We just have like very essential activities to practice it. So I need to cover it all. Okay, last night you guys were listening to some people talking about the times when they went away from home, right? Based on that, we are going to analyze the forms of infinitives and ing forms. Okay, so first we're going to warm up our brain for getting ready and getting prepared. Okay, and then we'll introduce infinitives and ing forms with its explanation and practice, of course. Yeah, and this time while I am explaining, I am going to be giving you the examples and you guys will be working in between, you know, like while I am explaining, we have like two activities, yeah, but they are inside the explanation. So we take advantage of the time and we clarify questions and doubts, okay? That's the whole plan. So let's start because we need the time. Questions, comments before I start? Tell me. What are the questions or comments? Not really? Okay, so let's go. This is our warm-up. This is to review a little bit about gerunds and infinitives. So let's start, and that way we introduce our topic. Let me give you the link, and let me show you how it works. All right. Hello, Maria. I was just checking your messages in the chat. Okay, good. So you guys click on start and please match the two columns, okay? Let me show you the first one. We do it together and then you continue with it. Okay, for example, in the first one, it's difficult to play different kinds of games, to reproduce my favorite music, to get up early, calling her coach 3 days before, 3 days, sorry about the mistake. So which one do you think? Is difficult? Is difficult activity sleeping? Not right. Which one do you think?
To get up early
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah, for me it is also very difficult. Even if I have had classes at 6 a.m. for a long time, like years and years and years. And it's so funny because I'm the teacher, you know, so I cannot get there late. It's not like, oh, I don't want to go to class today. No, I don't go. No, it's difficult, but I do it. Okay, very good. So you guys continue with the rest of them, okay? That's going to be the introduction of our lesson today because we're going to study infinitives and gerunds in all their forms, okay? So let's go. Please tell me when you're done. Okay. I'm going to send the link again just in case you have missed it. There you are. Let's go. Okay, guys, let me check the attendance. Keep going with the exercise and please tell me when you're done. Karen?
Present, teacher.
Hello, Karen. Thank you. Santiago? Maybe in some minutes. Okay. Kiara? Kiara, hello. Kiara, are you there? Oh, yeah, she told me. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Kiara. I just read your message. Okay. Jorge?
Hi, teacher. I'm here.
Hello, Jorge. Thank you. Natalia?
Hello, teacher.
Hello, Natalia. Okay, Diego?
Present, teacher.
Very good, Diego. Thank you. Manuela?
Yes, teacher, good night.
Okay, Manuela. Thank you. Jessica?
Teacher.
Perfect. Catherine?
Present, Miss.
Great. Marlon? Is Marlon in our meeting? It's not. Okay. Mandy? Mandy, hello? Mandy's not. Manuel?
Hello, teacher. Present.
Okay, very good, Manuel. Thank you. Maria?
Present, teacher.
Great, Maria. And Vanessa?
Present, teacher.
Very good. Thank you, Vanessa. Awesome. Marlon, are you there?
Yes, teacher. Present.
Okay, thank you, Marlon. Very good. Perfect. Are you guys done with the exercise? Was it okay? Was it good? Do you have questions? Boys and girls, done? Okay, I think you are.
No, teacher.
No, not yet? Okay, 2 more minutes. Thank you for answering.
No.
Okay, guys, perfect. So that was the introduction for infinitives and ing forms, okay? We're going to analyze them. I'm going to explain different ways of using them, okay, and their functions. But before that, remember that last class you guys were listening about people who went abroad. Yeah, they moved away from their homes. I'm not sure if you remember who said this. For example, it was an opportunity to go abroad. From the conversation you guys listened last night, do you remember who said this?
I don't remember the name. Is the author?
Yes, Manuela, the Uber, yeah. It was an opportunity to go abroad and learn new things and do different things and learning new cultures. Yes, thank you so much, Manuela. Okay, I can't imagine anything worse than being in the army. Who said that? And if you remember any other comments. Sorry?
Liz.
Yes, Karen, very good. That girl. The parents really wanted them to learn English whilst I was there. So,
Catherine.
yeah, she was focusing on that part of the experience. Okay, so one of my roles was to teach them English. The same person, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't like being told what to do.
Catherine again.
Yes, that's one of her characteristics, yeah, when she expresses about her behavior. Good. You start doing those kind of things yourself. Any idea? Any clue? Teacher, I don't remember.
Catherine?
Thank you, Vanessa. You start doing those kind of, without having to be told. The same person, right? Because you start doing those kind of things yourself without having to be told, yeah? Without having the person who tells you to do it. Good. He looked as if he was ready to attack you. No clue? What about this one?
The guy,
Perhaps,
Peter.
oh, sorry, Manuel again.
Peter.
Peter, do you remember when he told us about shooting a rifle? Yeah?
No, it was about, I mean, when he says you start doing those, no, sorry. He looked as if he was really to attack you. And he was talking about the guy next to him.
Thank you, Manuel. Very good. Awesome. And the last two. Perhaps that was his way of coping in an alien environment. Coping, like dealing with that. Who said that? Who mentioned that? Do you remember? Perhaps you remember the last one. Because I got used to studying. Any person? Okay. Do not worry. This is just the introduction about the forms of the verbs we can use. Yeah. And if you see, we have some infinitives and we also have some ing forms. Okay. So that's exactly what we're going to study and review. How and when we use them. Okay. So I'm going to explain that. But before that, just from these sentences you see here, please help me underline one infinitive form and one ing form. Any of them, one and one. Which one? Okay, let me just. Okay. I'm here, I'm ready for doing it. Okay, I will help you with ing form. I don't like being told what to do. Okay, now the infinitive. Boys and girls. Oh, yeah, go ahead, Manuel.
Number 3, teacher. The parents really wanted them to learn.
To learn. Thank you, Manuel. Very good. Yes. Want to learn. Yes. Perfect. Okay. So now let's go to the explanation. Here we are. Oh, sorry, but before that, I need to share with you the classwork, because this time we are not going to wait until the end for working on it. We are going to do it in between, yeah? Like in some specific points, I need you to develop short tasks. So I need you to have the link ready. Let me share it with you. And when I tell you, okay, go to this exercise, you guys do it. And that way we finish the whole thing and we clarify some questions, okay? So let me send you the link. It is here for us. And you guys go there when I give you the instruction. Okay, infinitives and gerunds. That's an individual practice. Please don't work on it until I say, okay? But have it there ready. Okay, you guys are there and we are ready for the explanation. That's gonna be part of the class for today. Okay, so let's start. Okay, there are some things we need to analyze and understand, yeah, about using infinitives and ing forms, okay? So let's start with the general aspects and then we go to the specific points. Okay, here we are. Every sentence must have a main verb, right? Because we know that a sentence without a verb is not a sentence, it's just a phrase. So we need a main verb, yeah? In addition, many sentences have infinitives with or without to, yeah? Or they also have gerunds, yeah? It could be gerunds in its ing form or present participles, right? In addition, I'm not saying that they are the main verb, like the sentence we just underlined. I don't like being told. What is the main verb? Like, yeah? But in addition, it has an ing form, being, okay? So that's one of their aspects. Next, these occur in a number of different positions in the sentence. We have studied a little bit of this, yeah, when we studied nouns. Remember that we say reading is great for your memory, yeah? So reading at the beginning, an ing form acting as a noun, yeah? So there are a lot of things to analyze about them. Okay, they can be in any position in the sentence, but they are not the main verb, as I mentioned, except if they are part of a modal verb, yeah? Like some examples here. Okay, so we have, as the subject, parking around here has become more and more difficult. Like the example I just gave you, reading is great for your memory. After the main verb, I never expected to win. Yeah, I don't like being told. So they are after the main verb. After an adjective, the result of the election is impossible to predict. What is the adjective in this sentence, boys and girls? What is the adjective? Guys? Jorge, what's the adjective?
Possible?
Yeah, thank you so much, Jorge. And thank you, Diego, for answering in the chat. So after impossible, we have an infinitive, to predict, yeah? Do not worry that, of course, I'm going to go in detail, yeah, to each of these. I'm explaining one by one, okay? This is just like the general thing. Okay, what other position? We can have them after a preposition. Without seeing all the evidence, I don't want to comment. Yeah, after a preposition. And we can also have it or have them as a clause. Yeah, Marina stared out of the window, not even trying to concentrate. because this is a clause that gives us more information about what Marina was doing or what she wasn't doing. Okay, so we can have infinitives and gerunds in addition, yeah, in the sentence in different positions like this, as the subject, after the main verb, after an adjective, after a noun. Oh, I think I missed reading the after a noun. Yeah, we didn't have any trouble finding our way here. So the noun here is trouble, and after it we have an ing form. Okay, we can also find them after a preposition and as a clause. Okay, we are going to study them. What's going on? Hello, Mandy, how are you? Hello, hello.
Teacher, hello. Good night, teacher. I have an accident
Are you okay?
in a car.
Oh no. Are you okay?
Yes, yes, teacher. Yes.
Oh my
Only
God.
the cars was damaged.
Oh, but people are fine. Yeah?
Yes, teacher.
Oh, thank God. I'm so sorry about that, Mandy. I hope you're
Thank
fine.
you.
Okay. Well, I'd be like, okay. Now, let's continue. I got a little bit distracted with that message because it's kind of shocking, you know? I was like, oh, okay. So going back to the general aspects, this is about the position of them, but here I repeat again, they are not the main verb, okay? What other characteristics can we find or know about the infinitives and ing forms? Ing forms can be gerunds or present participles. That's why I didn't write the title here like infinitives and gerunds, okay? If the ing form functions as a noun, it is a gerund. If it functions as a verb, it is a participle. For example, walking is one of the best forms of exercise. That's the gerund because this ing form, yeah, walking, is the noun of the sentence. On the other hand, we have, who's that man walking towards us? That's the participle because it's basically very similar or acting as a verb. Okay, but do not worry that's the last part of the explanation. And number 4, another characteristic. Infinitives and ing forms can be found in both the affirmative and the negative forms. Please do not get confused with this chart. It is not like the equivalent form, yeah? It doesn't have to be read like this one and the other one. No, it's just like a list of infinitives and a list of ing forms, okay? They are not related to each other. So infinitives, try to hurry, try not to drop it, yeah? Affirmative, negative. He seems to be doing well. He seems to have done well. He seems to have been doing well. I want to be told the truth. I would like to have been told earlier. Hello, Santiago. How are you? Are you okay?
Yes, teacher. No worries. I get late because I was working.
Okay,
I
Santiago.
get late. Sorry.
Thank God. I'm glad hearing that. Yeah. I mean, I knew you were late because of any reason, but I just wanted to make sure that that was not a bad one. Okay. Thank you, Santiago. And ing forms can also be affirmative or negative. Telling him was silly. Not telling him was silly. Without having done it, I prefer being told the truth. She's angry about having been deceived. I know that all of these general aspects cannot be understood right away because it's a lot of information. So let's go one by one, okay? Sorry, before I continue. Questions, comments? What do you want to say or no? Anything? Okay.
Not yet, Miss.
Thank you, Kat. So here we are. The first one was infinitives and ing forms after adjectives. Look. Well, yeah, after adjectives. So we have different things to know about them. Adjectives are normally followed by an infinitive. The situation is likely to get worse before it gets better. It's extremely difficult to understand why people do this. Yeah, they were ready to purchase a home. It will be necessary to inspect the property. Adjective, infinitive. Adjective, infinitive, sorry. Here we have some other examples of adjectives that are normally followed by an infinitive. Afraid, amazed, excited, fortunate, glad, happy, important, yeah? Like when I said, Mandy, I'm glad to hear that, yeah? Adjective, infinitive. Okay. Busy and work are exceptions, okay? In this category of adjectives followed by an infinitive, we have these two exceptions, busy and work, okay? Because they are always followed by the ing form. And boys and girls, with these kind of topics in which we have a lot of things to analyze, you can also feel proud because you say like, oh, I have used those things without, necessarily have to analyze rule by rule or function by function, yeah, because it's part of our language, yeah. That's the normal way we do it, and we get it natural as soon as we get more information, as soon as we get familiar with more vocabulary, yeah. So sometimes it's necessary to stop just checking, like rule and instruction, because then we have to be very flexible and welcome those exceptions. Here, I'm giving you the exceptions, and I kind of giving you a reason, but there isn't any rule. Yeah, they just tell you busy and work are exceptions because they are always followed by the ing. So if you say, yeah, but why? Well, we don't have the why here. Okay, so it's just okay. In all of them, yeah, in the group of all of those adjectives, remember, busy and work are just, out of that category. They are always followed by ing. Like, Gian was busy doing his homework when I phoned. We believe that it's a risk worth taking. Okay? Questions about adjectives followed by infinitives? No? Okay. Now, some adjectives can be followed by an infinitive or a preposition plus ing form. The infinitive tends to refer to a particular occasion or situation, and the ing form to a more general feeling. I remember that last night we found this, like tends to, yeah, when we were talking about the behavior and characteristics, yeah? So I would like one of you, please help me read the examples. Otherwise it will be so boring just listening to Sandy. Okay, who can do it? Thank you, Catherine, for raising your hand. There's another person who raised their hand. Check very good.
The old lady was afraid to cross the busy road, so she asked a man to help her. Willing to do something particular because of fear. My granny is afraid of being robbed, so she was always keeps her money in a money belt, a general fair.
Thank you, Catherine. So here we see, and we will find some other examples like this, in which they follow the same pattern, yeah, but they can also have the other one, and they have a little change in the meaning, yeah, or a change in meaning. Okay, like the first one is showing that you are unwilling to do something, yeah, but that is a particular fear there. And the other one is more like a general one, so part of your is something particular for you, yeah. The old lady was afraid to cross the busy road at that moment, in that case, in that specific situation. My granny is afraid of being robbed. It's something that she always fears, yeah. She's scared about that, yeah. So it's like just a constant fear, something that is particular from her personality. Okay, yeah. Do you understand the difference between both of them? Okay. Cuando decimos tiende a, okay, in this case, tends to is for the particular specific situation. And with ing, it's more about the general thing. Let me see. Okay. Manuel, you were raising your hand. I'm not sure if it was for reading or for asking a question.
It was for reading, teacher.
Thank you. Guys, questions about this characteristic? No? Okay. Manuel, so you can help me with number 4. There can be other differences in meaning too. And if we have time, I will show you a video that explains 3 other verbs with the same, but if we don't, I can share the video with you. I think it's very interesting. Okay, Manuel, please help me with this. You can read the pair of sentences, please, and you stop and I explain, and then the other one.
Okay, teacher. I was so anxious, worried about making a mistake that I could hardly say a word.
Oh, and the other part, that's the same, this one.
Okay. We were very anxious, keen to come to an agreement as soon as possible.
Thank you. So here, yeah, we have the adjective anxious. If you use it with ing form, it indicates that you are worried about something. And if you use it with an infinitive form, it means that you want to do something, that you are willing to do it, that you would like to do it, like you are keen, yeah? That's the difference in meaning. So you can use both of them, but they will change the meaning, okay? Guys, do you understand what we're talking about? Yes? Okay. I hope you have understood this example. I was so anxious about making a mistake. So you were very worried. We were very anxious. It's like when you want something to happen, when you want to do it, yeah? When you want it to be real, for example. So you are keen, okay? You are not worried. Okay. Manuel, can you please continue with the second pair?
Sure, teacher. It's good, pleasant to see you again. I was never good at, clever at remembering names.
Thank you so much. This is a common pattern. Let me just type it here. I remember once, yeah, I remember that I asked you to type in the chat, what are you good at? What are you bad at? Maybe, I'm not sure exactly when, but I think I did. So good at, and then you have to, where is it here? You have to use the verb with ing, of course. It means an ing form. And the same with bad, at. Yeah, verb with ing. What happens with that pattern? It indicates a skill you have or a skill you are lack of. Yeah. For example, you say, teacher, I'm so good at playing basketball. And I say, I'm very bad at playing basketball, but I'm good at cooking. Yeah. So it's that you are clever at doing that or that you have that skill. Okay. But here, if you say, it's good to see you again, it's not any skill. Or you say, it's bad to know that. Yeah, there isn't any skill there. It's just your feelings. Yeah, you're expressing how you feel about that. It's so bad to know that he's not going to be in the party. It's how you feel about that. Okay, do you understand the difference between both of them? Yeah?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, that's why I said that we need to be very flexible, because in this context, we can use this pattern, but with both infinitive and gerund. And here we can clearly see that they have a difference in meaning. Okay, Manuel, I'm so sorry about asking you. This is the last pair.
It's fine, teacher. I am sorry to interrupt, but would you mind explaining again? Regret about something we are doing or are about to do. Sorry for losing my temper last night. To apologize for an earlier action.
Thank you. Sorry. Thank you so much. So sorry with infinitive is when you regret about something we are doing or are about to say, like when you do not feel very good, but you have to. Yeah, it's like, I'm sorry to tell you that the exam is tomorrow. It's like, oof. Yeah, it's something that I'm about to say that is not very good. Yeah, but we have been told, and we have also used it, yeah, as an apologize. That's not the most common way we use it. Sorry for losing my temper last night. Sorry for interrupting you. Sorry for asking you again. Yeah, so that's the difference. Sorry to, that is an infinitive, is when you're about to say something and you don't feel very good about it. Yeah, or well, it's like you are like the other person, you know, like doesn't expect that maybe. And sorry and infinitive, sorry, and ing is just the normal apologize we give. Sorry for shouting. It was so bad. It was my mistake. Sorry for using your makeup, whatever. Okay, questions about this? Not yet? Okay, we are about to get to the practice here. Okay, so now the other position we can find the infinitive or the gerunds, let's see. Here we have with nouns. Nouns with infinitives and ing forms. What happens with the nouns? Many nouns are commonly followed by an infinitive. Yeah? There are no plans to replace the existing town hall. What is the noun in the sentence, boys and girls? What's the noun?
Plans to replace?
Thank you, Catherine. Yes, the noun is plans, and then we have an infinitive, to replace. Good. It's time to take a long, hard look at our financial situation. Oh, sorry about situation. So here we have time, that is another noun. Time to spare, time to go. Here we have some other examples, and I wrote this for you. Attempts, opportunity, plans, sorry about the spelling, decision, refusal, and need. They are also these common nouns that are followed by infinitive. Here we have some examples. Okay, Diego, can you please help me read the first one?
Yes, teacher. All attempts to resolve the conflict faithfully have failed.
Okay. Attempts is the noun. How do you say attempt in Spanish? Boys and girls. How do you say attempts in Spanish?
Intento.
Yeah. And after this noun, you use an infinitive. The attempts to resolve, the attempts to answer, the attempts to act, etc. Okay, Santiago, help me read the next one, please.
You will have the opportunity to meet the actors after the performance.
Yes, thank you so much. The noun is opportunity. And what is the verb that follows it? Meet, yeah? And what is the form? An infinitive form, to meet. Okay, good. Karen, can you please help me read the next one?
How will the government's plans to build 250,000 new homes affect property prices?
Very good. Thank you, Karen. Plans to build, like plans to replace. Okay? Okay. It's like I don't have any plans to blah blah blah. Okay. Next. Vanessa, please.
Yes, teacher. And the second?
This one. What do you think?
Okay, teacher. What do you think of the company decision to hire a new manager from outside?
Thank you, Vanessa. Decision to hire. Okay, so decision is the noun, and then we have the infinitive form. Decision to hire. Good. Okay, let's continue with Natalia. Did
Kelly's refusal to sign the contract surprise you?
Okay, very good. Refusal to sign. Good. And the last one, let's listen to Kiara. Kiara? Okay. There was no need to be so rude to the waiter. Need to be. So in this case, need is a noun, not the verb. Of course, it can be a verb, yeah? But in this case, is a noun. So many nouns are commonly followed by an infinitive, but I can give you some others that are followed by a preposition and ing form, yeah? Other nouns are followed by an ing form or preposition plus ing form. For example, there's no hope of finding any more survivors now. We had no problems finding accommodation. Hope is a noun, problems is a noun, yeah, and we have here preposition plus ing form or ing form. That's the same case with thought and difficulty. Did you have any difficulty finding a job after you graduated? Noun, ing form. Does the thought of moving abroad next month worry you? Noun and preposition plus ing form. Okay. Questions? Okay, I understand that maybe there are no questions, but we need to get more familiar with those kinds of words that follow these patterns, yeah? I know that's the feeling when we study this kind of topics. So do not worry that we are going to cover the part of the listening you guys were checking last night for finding forms, yeah, like this. Okay, and here we are. Get ready with the practice, yeah, the link that I sent you. What is the other position we can find the ing forms of the infinitives, or how can they add or be used? Verbs with infinitives and ing forms. Okay, now they can act like verbs. Verb plus two infinitive, because we can also have an infinitive without. Many verbs are followed by a to infinitive. The police attempted to break up the demonstration. Economic situation appears to be improving. So, verb plus infinitive. Like the example Manuel asked me to underline in the previous exercise. What was that one? Want to, yeah? So I want to learn English. I want to know how to cook. I want to talk to you, yeah? Okay. Some verbs can have an object before the infinitive. Verbs like this include want, ask, beg, expect, help, need, would like for example, when you are talking about another person or to another person, you say, okay, guys, now I want you to work on this. I want you to work on this. Yeah, so that's the verb want, and then the object, that is you, and then the infinitive. My parents, I don't know, help me, yeah, and then you have the infinitive, okay? But help is also one of the verbs that doesn't use the to. Have you ever heard or noticed that you say, help me do that? Yeah, that's an infinitive without to, and it's also positive. Okay, I would like you to understand this. Okay, I beg you to tell me the truth. I expect you to finish the project. Okay, I ask you to finish the exercise. I need you to please communicate with me and tell me if you have questions. Okay, is it clear, boys and girls?
Dear teacher.
Thank you. Okay, I want to go home. I want you to go home. Yeah, this is when you use an object before the infinitive, and it's basically to just give the action to the other person. I want Karen to tell me what happened last night. I want Vanessa to send me the report. I want Natalia to finish the essay. Okay, good. That is with an object. Now, other verbs must have an object. Verbs like this include advise, order, remind, allow, forbid, invite, encourage, permit, teach, force, persuade, tell. They must have an object because the action follows the other person, yeah? It's like when you say, I need to persuade Maria to do that. I need to tell Susan everything about the show. Don't force your children to eat things they don't like. No, I'm kidding. I am the kind of, of person who forces them to eat that because I know what is, like that. Well, not what is best, but at least I know that what we like is not always what we need, especially sugar and fatty things. Okay. Politicians are urging people to vote. The police have warned people to be careful. So these ones need an object before the infinitives. Okay? Questions about this because we are going to start our practice here. Questions? Oh, really? Okay. Guys, you have a link that I just shared with you, and the link has 2 exercises. We are going to start with the person you left, okay? So is this. Complete the sentences so they are true for you. Okay? So, I have arranged to do blah, blah, blah this weekend. I will never agree to work with liars. I have sometimes been tempted to smoke, but I don't really like it. My teacher always encouraged me to speak in class, to speak my mind. I am to learn English by the end of this year. It's quite easy to persuade me to eat junk food. I hate being forced to speak in public, and the teacher keeps asking me about it. I often need to be reminded to, take out the garbage, whatever. Okay? Are you guys ready?
Yes, teacher.
Yeah, this is about you, so your answers are right. Whatever you write is okay. Do not worry. I'm just checking that you guys do it, okay? If you need the link again, just please tell me and I send it again. Or maybe you will need that. Oh, no. Sorry, I sent you, but I didn't. Thank you for copying the slides. I thought it was reading. Okay, let me just do it very quickly. It was supposed to be done. And now the guys are 14. Okay, 14. Great. Okay, start working, please. I gave you the 8 numbers for the 8 sentences. Write your name on it and go ahead. Do you want me to remind you the name of your slide? Is it necessary? Or do you remember it?
I remember it, teacher.
Okay, thank you. If you guys don't, please tell me. I mean, it doesn't mean that it's bad to just use another one. It's just because maybe the other person is there. Yeah, it's just about that.
Teacher, can you please share the link again?
Sure, Natalia, of course. Okay, here we are. Remember that that is for the 2 activities of the explanation, but please only work on the first one. There you are, Natalia.
Thank you, teacher.
Okay. I'm not sure if some of you are writing on another document and then you register your work. I mean, by then, I mean like in 2 minutes or something, because I see some blanks. For example, my number 2 is blank, my number 3 is also blank. Jessica's is blank. Number 11 as well, 10 as well. Also Vanessa's. So I'm not sure if you are working in another document and then you write in and type your answers there. Are you? Okay, it's just a reminder about working on it and registering your work, okay? Because that's part of the classwork. My dear friends, 3 minutes and we are done. Because I see you are writing, so I don't want to interrupt. Okay, boys and girls, thank you so much for working. Let's continue with the explanation because we still have more information to analyze. Okay, here we are. You guys were working on this one. We were describing, or analyzing verbs with infinitives and ing forms. And this was our first one, verb plus to infinitive. To infinitive, because remember that as I told you, we can also use the verb infinitive. That is the infinitive without the preposition. And that's the second case here. Verb plus verb infinitive. A small number of important verbs take a verb infinitive. Do you understand the word or the expression verb infinitive, boys and girls? Verb infinitive?
No, teacher, I don't know.
Okay. Basically, the verb without the preposition to. Yeah, as I told you before, please help me do this. Yeah, help me to do this or help me do this. That is the, let me just type the sentence in the chat. That is a verb infinitive. Help me do this. Okay? We are using the verb do as an infinitive, of course, but that is a verb infinitive because doesn't use the preposition to. Help me do this. Okay? That is the verb infinitive. The word without the preposition to. Okay. A small number of important verbs take a verb infinitive. As I told you, an infinitive without to. That is the verb infinitive. Most important are modals and semi-modals, as we studied in the Unit 5. Remember that? We also use the verb infinitive after let, make, would rather, had better. Yeah? Let me go to the party, please. No, let me to go. Okay? My parents make me wash the dishes every day. No, my parents make me to wash the dishes. No, we are using the verb infinitive. It means the verb without the preposition to. Okay? I would rather go there. It's a lovely place. Okay? Would rather go, would rather visit, would rather ask, would rather do. Had better. You had better study more. You're about to fail. You had better, I don't know, tell the truth. Yeah. Even if you see this combination of had better and you say, teacher, but isn't it the past? Shouldn't I use the past participle form like had better done? That would be in another case in which you are not, in which you are talking in past perfect. Yeah, that's different. Here is more like a warning, like when you say, más le vale que tal cosa. Yeah, es como, más le vale hacer esto, más le vale estudiar. Yeah, it's more like that. What is another one in Spanish? Can you help me with had better? Any other idea with had better, the translation to Spanish, in our colloquial language, of course?
Which means?
Had better, Catherine, here, had better. Mejor tal cosa. Es como cuando
mejor
decimos,
que, yes.
ajá, yes, no. Sí, es como cuando decimos, mejor esto, ¿sí? Es mejor hacer tal cosa. Y cuando ya es muy informal, que uno lo puede expresar, digamos, con alguien cercano, más le vale tal cosa, mejor tal cosa, ¿ya? I think we had better leave before we cause any more trouble. Please don't let him upset you. So with these verbs, and as you see, there are just, you know, like a small group. Diego. Yes. that is the expression. Very colloquial. So we use the infinitive without to. Yes. The verb infinitive can also be used with verbs of perception, like see, watch, hear, feel. Notice the difference in meaning between the infinitive and ing form because you can use both. For example, We heard the children sing the national anthem. If you say this, is because you waited until the end and you heard the whole song. But if you use an ing form, we heard the children singing the national anthem, it indicates an action in progress. At that time, they were doing that, so we could hear a part of the song. Okay? You understand? Ok, esta sí puede ser traducida al español tal cual, literal, y nos da la misma idea. Hay unas cosas que no, por eso es que yo a veces no estoy como tan amiga de la traducción, a menos que ustedes puedan hacer como esa equivalencia, ¿sí? Con el lenguaje como nosotros normalmente lo hablamos, no tal palabra por palabra. Entonces, acá sí lo usamos de la misma manera en español. Escuchamos a los niños o a los chicos cantar el himno nacional. Los escuchamos, o sea, estuvimos de principio a fin hasta que ellos cantaron. Escuchamos todo el himno, ¿sí? Escuchamos a los niños cantando, en este caso estaríamos hablando de esa acción progresiva, esa acción que estaba tomando parte en ese momento, ¿ok? Entonces, probablemente una parte de la canción, ¿ok? That's part of the song, the action in progress. Here we have more examples. Okay, I would like you to please help me read. Marlon, are you ready with the first one, please? Marlon, are you there? Yes, Jorge. All of these on the right are examples. Don't worry. Here we are. Okay, well, who can read the first one, please? Come on, it's just reading. These are, as you see, the ones in bold are the infinitives, yeah, but as you don't see to, it's because they are verb infinitives, which means without to. Thank you, Catherine. Go ahead.
My first boss was a tyrant that nobody dared disagree with him.
Okay. Yes, thank you so much. So here we have the verb dirt, yeah, and disagree here, that is the verb infinitive. So we have two verbs here, but this one is the verb infinitive. You don't say dirt to disagree, but dirt disagree with him. Nadie se atrevía a estar en desacuerdo con él. Okay, perfect. Okay, another person, please. If we have volunteers, awesome. No one?
You needn't bother about the report now. It's very late.
Very good. Okay, this one is because it's the very informal colloquial expression here. Remember that we studied this one before, yeah? So in this case, you don't need to, yeah? But if you need this way, needn't is not necessary to use to. You needn't bother about the report now, it's very late. So it's like you don't need to, okay? Good. Next, please. Okay, Jessica. Jessica.
Yes, teacher. Number 3. This letter looks like it might be important. Hasn't you better open it and see what it says?
Yes, thank you so much. As the example here, hadn't and then you have open, not hadn't you better to open. Hadn't you better open it and see what it says? Okay, good. Next, Maria, by the looks on their faces.
By the looks on their faces, we could all tell that something was wrong.
Maria? Yes, very good. So, could is a modal. Remember that modals do not accept the to. They only work with verb infinitives. Could tell, could see, could study, could learn. Yeah? This is a modal and this one is a semi-modal. Remember when we studied the modals that we saw those examples? Yeah? So when you use modals, you can't use to. Yeah? I can speak Japanese. No, I can't too speak Japanese. When I was a child, I could ride a bike perfectly at the age of 4, for example. No, I could do, no, I could write. Okay, and the last one, Santiago, please.
What on earth happened in the meeting this morning?
That's the answer for the question, Santiago. Continue, please. I heard.
Oh, I heard Jack slammed the door as he went out.
Thank you so much. Very good. So what is the main verb, boys and girls? What is the main verb in the sentence? I mean, in the answer.
Slam.
No. To hear. Yeah. So I heard, that's the main verb. In addition, we have a verb infinitive. I heard Jack slam the door as he went out. Escuché que Jack cerró la puerta así durísimo cuando salió. ¿Qué pasó en la reunión? ¿Ya? Entonces, como dije al principio, el verbo principal no necesariamente tiene que ser el infinitivo y el gerundio o el de ing. En este caso, hay otros verbos y en adición nosotros tenemos los infinitivos o los ing. ¿Okay? I heard is the main verb. I heard Jack slam the door. So, no, I heard Jack to slam. No, I heard Jack slam the door. Okay? For example, here, I see. So, last night, I saw Daniela, write a letter to her sister. Yes, I saw Daniela write. Okay, so in that case, it is fine, or you can also use it like this one, that is past and past. Okay, good. Questions about the verb infinitive. Summary, verb infinitive is without to. So maybe you say, teacher, but I have always used this, like this pattern. But I didn't stop to analyze, every single thing. And it's totally normal and okay. And it's even better because you have that vocabulary and it's part of your common speech. Questions about this one? Okay. Now we have another one that is the verb plus ing form. This one was the verb plus the verb infinitive. It means the verb without to. And this one is with ing form. So we have these 3 common examples. Some verbs are usually followed by an ing form or a preposition plus an ing form. This is an interesting case because with this one we can see different things. It's time to stop worrying and start living. I'd like to apologize for causing so much trouble. Okay. So what do you see? An ing form and preposition plus ing form. But before we analyze this example, for me it's necessary to stop here to explain the verb stop, because you can use it both ways, with infinitive and with ing. How? Okay, you can say something like this. I stopped smoking 3 months ago. Yeah, I stopped smoking 3 months ago. It means a general activity that is not done any longer. It's cut out. I stopped doing that. Yeah, maybe that was one of my habits. Maybe that was one thing that I used to do very frequently. Yeah, but I stopped doing that. Stopped and ing. But what if I say, okay, now I need to stop to explain this. What's the difference? That's what I said when I stopped to tell you about this. I interrupted this explanation. So, what's the difference between the 2 sentences? Okay. Stop and ing form indicates to stop doing something. Yeah? To cut out that action. Okay? To get that action to the end. Stop worrying about that. I stopped. Oh, what did I say? I stopped smoking. Yeah, that was my example. Stop smoking. That is the meaning of it. Even if you don't have it here, guys, because I just remembered and it's important for you. And the other one is stop with infinitive. I told you, I need to stop to explain this. So if you use stop with an infinitive, it's because you're talking about a specific situation. So it's basically to take a pause for doing something else. Yeah? To interrupt. It's not like cutting up the whole thing, but it's to interrupt to introduce another activity. Do you understand? Guys? Maybe
Yes,
let
teacher.
me, yeah? Maybe let me just type the examples very quickly. I stopped smoking 3 months ago. It means I just gave up. Yeah, I gave up smoking. Paré de fumar, ya lo dejé, ya. Esa acción quedó ahí, ya. Paré de fumar, ¿ya? Bueno, realmente no dice paré de fumar, es dejé. Okay, and the other one, which is I stopped to explain another thing. Stop to means an interruption for another thing. Uno toma una pausa o interrumpe esa acción para hacer otra cosa. Paré en el supermercado para comprar lo del almuerzo. Paré o interrumpí esta parte de la explicación para explicar otra cosa que es necesaria. ¿Ok? Paré de hablar o de explicar para darles una información importante, for example. So that's the difference between both of them, because we cannot say, well, you use stop with ing and that's it. Say, no, wait, we can also use it with infinitive, but there is a change in meaning, okay? My goodness, look at the time. Okay, let's continue. I was explaining about ing form and preposition. Then we have a number of verbs take an object plus preposition plus ing form. Verbs like this are accuse, suspect somebody or someone of, condemn, blame, criticize, forgive, punish, thank someone for anything, discourage, prevent, stop, congratulate. These verbs need an object because you forgive someone, because you accuse someone, because you prevent someone. Yeah, so you need an object. The police suspect Athens of dealing in illegal arms. I don't blame you for being angry. Okay, so you need preposition and verb. In this case, ing form. Here we have some other examples. Let me just read one of them. The government has been criticized for collecting people's personal data. Okay, so we have the preposition. And here, I wasn't accusing you of cheating. I was just surprised that you knew all the answers. Okay, extremist political parties were prevented from gaining too much power. Okay, when you see Mary, make sure you congratulate her on getting married. Okay, so it means that you are doing this action over another person. Okay, in the passive form, the preposition comes directly after the verb. This is common in newspaper reports as we studied passive forms, and we said that sometimes they are very common to be used or to be found in the headlines, yeah, in the newspapers and in written forms. Athens is suspected of dealing in illegal arms. So this is passive voice. Is suspected of, and then you guys have an ing form, okay? The gang have been charged with extorting money. This is also a passive form example, yeah? And here we have the preposition, and then the verb that follows it uses the ing form. Okay, questions? We are about to finish. Do not worry. The questions about verb plus ing form? Okay. So we have this one. Verbs with infinitives and ing forms. These are the easy ones because they can use both. A small numbers of verbs can take both an infinitive and an ing form. For some verbs, the infinitive is used to look forward and the ing form to look backwards. For example, I remember to book the tickets. So it means that I didn't forget. I remember meeting him. I have a memory of it. Yeah, it's like, do you remember telling Santiago about the exam? Yes. So it's more like you thinking about doing it or no. I don't have the memory of it, so I think I didn't. Okay, yeah. Here we have another one. We must stop to get some petrol. Is exactly like the example I gave you. Stop for a purpose. To have an interruption for another activity. Yes? To take a pause. That stop, oh, they also use here my example with smoking. That stop smoking. He doesn't do it now. He doesn't do it any longer. Yeah? I regret to tell you that the performance has been canceled. This is when I don't really like what I am saying or what I'm about to say. I don't feel very good about it, but I have to say it. I regret something I am about to tell you. Yeah? I regret leaving her is a regret in the past. Okay, questions about this? Okay, so we have a very common example with the verbs like love, hate. Do you remember that? When you guys started to learn English and maybe you were studying present simple and we say, well, we use these verbs for expressing likes and dislikes. The most natural way they use it, like native speakers, is with ing. I love having coffee in the morning. Yeah? Or you can say, I love to have coffee. Yes? In that case, you don't have to worry about any change in meaning. It's not like if I use infinitive, I say this, and if I use ing, I say this. No. With love, hate, and like, you can use both forms and you don't have any change in meaning. But here there is some clarification or something we need to know, and it's like ing form is normally used in British English, but the infinitive is also very common in American English. Yes, it's just like a matter of culture. Okay, but after would like, the infinitive is always used. Would like is different because would like has a modal. Yeah, so it does not follow the same rule as using infinitives and ing. We would like always infinitive. I would like to go, I would like to learn, I would like to talk to you. Okay. I love dancing. I love to dance. Both are right. Both are correct. Questions? And here we have two verbs that are very common for these cases. And the good thing is that you don't have to worry about the meaning. It's the same. If you use start or begin, you can either use infinitive or ing without changing the meaning. I started learning English for work. I started to learn English for work. No changes. Okay, now the practice to finish today. The second exercise you guys have there, please. Oh. Yes, Jorge, it's actually more common as well. Yeah, but the good thing is that you can use both. I started to learn, I started learning. And it doesn't change their meaning. Now we have the last thing about this practice, and is other uses of ing forms. We have studied some of them, and that's the second exercise you guys have there. So please have a look at it. ING forms are often the subject of the sentence, as I told you at the beginning of this conversation. Blaming other people isn't going to help. Okay, reading is very good for our memory. Exercising is great for our body. Prepositions are always followed by ING forms. Losing your home is like losing an old friend. I'm so worried about failing the course. Yeah, about an ING, like ING, for ING. Okay, prepositions ING. That's the rule. We often use the pattern by plus ing to describe the method we use in order to do something. You can stop a door from squeaking by putting a little oil onto the hinge. Cuando la puerta chirrea, le ponemos aceite, ¿ya? By putting. You can learn English by, speaking your mind and blah, blah, blah. By, and then you explain the method or the action with ing. Okay, that's very common. And the last one, remember that to is a preposition in the patterns below, and so takes the ing form in this pattern because it's just the, how can I say, like the complete verb is part of the verbal phrase. Yeah, it does not mean that it's an infinitive. No, I'm not used to living alone. You say, teacher, but I don't understand this. Let me speak Spanish. La regla dice que las preposiciones siempre van a estar seguidas de ing, ¿sí? Entonces acá es un poco confuso porque ustedes dicen, pero ¿por qué tú? Eso tendría cara de infinitivo. Digo, no, porque eso hace parte completo del verbo, o sea, de la parte del verbo. El verbo completo es used to, look forward to, ¿sí? El no termina aquí, ¿ok? Entonces, esto no quiere decir que sea un infinitivo. Y esto no es una combinación entre infinitivo y gerundio. No, es una preposición. Y como usamos preposición, sí o sí, hay que utilizar ing. Entonces, we look forward to seeing you in your life. I'm not used to living alone. No estoy acostumbrada a vivir sola. Okay? Do you understand, boys and girls? So please, the last part of the... Sorry, Catherine, yes?
Yes, me.
The last part of the exercise you guys have there. Complete the sentences using your own ideas, using ing forms, okay? It's a good way of saving money. I don't know. It's a good way of doing regular exercise, whatever you want to say. For example, jogging. Jogging is a good way of doing regular exercise. Or swimming. It's a good way of losing weight. Drinking lots of water. No, I'm not sure. It's a good way of remembering new vocabulary, taking notes, writing them down, repeating the words, putting them into context. Okay, remember to use ing. It's a good way of relaxing, listening to music, talking to my friends, chatting with my boyfriend, whatever. It's a good way of meeting new people. Participating in, I don't know, small talks, or learning a new thing, or joining a sports club, whatever. Okay, ing please to finish today. Go ahead, guys. Work on that, and we are done. Okay, guys, this is the end of our meeting. I have some homework for you. Tomorrow. Now, for Tuesday, this is the link. I will send it to you in our WhatsApp group. It's a very short exercise from our book. This one, that is exercise 4, because I already explained everything related to infinitives and gerunds, but we could not finish the 2 exercises from the book, so it's okay because you guys have the explanations. But I would like you to work on this one. Complete the sentences so they are true for you, okay? And I will send you the link to the WhatsApp group. I just share it with you here in the chat. Have a wonderful night. I will see you tomorrow, guys. Take care.
Good night, Miss. See
Bye,
you
teacher.
tomorrow.
Thank you.
Bye, guys. Okay. See you tomorrow. Take care, guys.
Thank you, teacher. Bye-bye.
Hey, my pleasure. Bye-bye. Take care, guys.